Okay, so this position is very comfortable with the birthing ball. It's a modified squat when she moves back, and then it's like being on all fours when she moves forward. And because of the rhythmic way that contractions come, build, and then slowly go away, it's very nice for them to be able to move and have more freedom of movement with the birth ball. It also exposes the lower back for a good massage during the contraction. So I would like to show you with the doll that this position, being on all fours, whether they're on the bed and literally on all fours, or if they have a modified version with the ball, what it does is that if your baby is positioned in the wrong way, so when your baby is inside, we'll flex everything. When your baby is inside, ideally the occiput, which is up here, this part of the head, this would be your 10 centimeter diameter, where the baby's head is going to come down, push through when the baby's born. But so occiput anterior is the right position because it's easier to push a baby out. What that means is that the occiput is on the anterior side of the mom. So the baby would be lying inside mom with the occiput anterior in my front. So that when the baby's head comes down, it comes out, the occiput comes out anteriorly, and then the baby's head turns and you deliver the shoulders and out it comes. In the case that the baby is positioned in a more difficult way to deliver, which would mean that the occiput is posterior, back here, it's a lot harder for mom to push out baby because instead of having this diameter, you now have this diameter. And if the face is presenting, so the baby comes out with the face outwards, this diameter is a lot bigger and harder to push out, especially if it's your first baby, than having the occiput where the bones overlap and it becomes a smaller 10 centimeter diameter. So if Mary Lou is in this position, then it helps the baby if the baby is occiput posterior. Being like that will actually kind of push the back because the back is heavier than the hands and feet, right? So the back is kind of going to go with gravity. So the idea is that baby would turn kind of like this and the occiput would go this way. So being on all fours is a great position to try to get the baby's body to rotate and also the head to rotate so that the occiput is anterior. Thank you, Mary Lou. Now we're going to move on to some other positions that we can take. Okay, good. Thank you. So there's another ball that we use. I'll just grab it. It is called the peanut ball. Called so because it is shaped like a peanut. So if you want to lie on whatever side you want, so you're going to lie on your side as if you're sleeping on your side. Yeah. And I'll raise your head a bit just to be more comfortable.
Thank you.
Okay, so during labor, this position is nice for mom because there's no pressure, well, there's less pressure on the rectum as the baby's head comes down. If you're standing and you're in a vertical position, gravity really helps to push the baby's head. If she's tired and doesn't want to be on the birth ball or on the floor, on all fours in the bed or walking around, then being able to relax on her side is nice. It takes away some of the pressure on the rectum. And also the peanut ball, I'll wrap it with a PK as well. Usually you would wrap it with a sheet. Patient gown actually is very handy. Or you can put a PK just so that the plastic doesn't stick to the patient's legs. And the idea is that she would lift one leg, and then this one is a big ball for Mary Lou. There are smaller versions, but basically this is how it would work. She'd be lying on her side, the crook of her leg would go into the bend of the peanut ball, and then the bottom leg can either go straight or just curve under where the curve is on the peanut ball. Is this okay for you? Would your leg kind of stay like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah? So the idea with the peanut ball is that because she's lateral, her legs would be closed if she was lying just straight without the peanut ball. But with the peanut ball lifting, the idea is that it gives more space at the perineum for the head to kind of come down. So instead of having the pressure against the head of both legs closed, you would have an opening now so the baby can kind of press on the perineum and come down with less resistance. So the peanut ball is very nice for that. The patient could have her head up a little higher if she was comfortable. And also, let's try another position with the peanut ball. I'll take it out. So if you want to lie on your back more and up, Yeah, so what you could do,
All the way on my back?
yes,
that's
let's move this up. So if she wanted to be a little more vertical, and then I would take this leg. It's a big peanut ball. So what you could do is also just put one leg if she wanted. Or if she wanted to be wedged a bit and just have like a pillow or something just to turn her a bit off her back, then you could do that. Yeah? Alright, so that's what we would do with the peanut ball. And since we're already in this position, I'll just show you that with the lateral position, it's also a great position for a patient to push in. You wouldn't have the peanut ball because she's pushing. But if the patient was able to deliver her baby in the lateral position, this would be really great because it actually decreases the chance of perineal tears. So I'm going to take out the peanut ball. I'm going to have you go back on your side. Yeah. So I'm going to show you, Mary Lou, how you would push if you were going to have your baby on your side. So I would sit here if I was the doctor, and because you don't have a peanut ball to hold up the leg to give that space for the perineum to stretch, what you would actually do is have the patient's leg up here. And if she wanted to, while she was pushing, you could move this, turn a little more on your side. Yeah, so this is how she would be. And if she wanted to, while she was pushing, she would take her hand behind her thigh, and as she pushed, she would pull her leg in, and this opens up the perineum so the baby's head can come. And then in between contractions, instead of closing the legs and kind of pushing the baby's head back up, you would keep it up here. And then when she's ready for the next contraction, she would take her breath and she would push in her bum, and at the end, we put it back up here. If you keep the legs open like that, when the baby's really low and when she's wanting to push the baby out, it just helps to not kind of push the head back when you close the legs. So this is a great position to deliver in, actually. Thank you, Mary Lou.